Or like she'll be like da 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 da. Here it is. I think it looks kind of cute. I definitely think the floor wasn't like super necessary. Hello, my name is Kat, and I don't love talking in front of the camera, but I'm gonna be doing it today. I'm gonna be making a journal and also draw a cat because I don't know what to do with my body when I'm just talking to my phone. And I'm trying to make it look like this. I don't know if this is gonna be like fully in frame, but this is a book that I'm making for my live show, and there's some cool pages in there that I'll make videos about later, not making. But yeah, I'm trying to make it look like that, and I have a little cartoon of myself that I also drew. That also has a matching book, so now I gotta make the whole shebang and make everything match. So basically, my name is Kat, and I am a singer-songwriter slash artist. I'm gonna be talking to you a little bit about working with John. But yeah, basically I work with this guy named John. He's basically this like producer-songwriter guy. He's worked with some pretty cool people. I mean, my favorite artist he's worked with is Halsey. He did Manic.
Me and John Cunningham got 929 tattooed. Felt so safe with him. I would just say anything. Yeah. John was probably the most important person that I could have met. We made 929.
He also did If I Can't Have Love. He wrote songs with her.
I wrote this record, I wrote it with John Cunningham, and he's a like really good friend of mine. On a tour bus, driving across the country.
I remember my cousin picked me up when I was in San Diego, and we listened to that Halsey album together. Yeah, he's worked with Dominic Fike. He just released a song with him called White Keys.
It's called White Keys, and I made it with John Cunningham. I was a big fan of him, he was a big fan of me, so we worked together. He's a great producer.
He included me on this, each individual part of the song, and I kind of utilized some of the techniques through looking through that on one of my songs, which is called Poppy Poppy, on like the final version of it. Some stuff with Lil Nas X, which I think he was nominated for a Grammy for, which I didn't know about until I did some research on him after I got hired. And he has also done, most notably, work with XXXTENTACION. But yeah, so he's most known for probably that, I would presume. But yeah, you might know him from other stuff. I think that looks pretty good. I think that looks adorable. I wanna like sell these at shows as well. They're just like journals. This is where I'm gonna be drawing the cat. The image that I'm gonna be drawing of Gekyung, that's one of X's cats. I don't know, maybe I'll like throw a photo up or something. I remember my first day when I came in to the house, because Gekyung came up to me and he was like, usually Gekyung does not act like that around people. That's basically how my love for Gekyung started. This is the cat picture I'm attempting to draw. So cute. I was gonna draw a picture of one that I've taken of Gekyung, but I realized I'm literally filming on my phone, so I can't do that right now. So that's just not happening. But you know, that's okay. Hopefully it doesn't look horrible. If it does look horrible, I will just, you know, start over and do a different one. I don't know, I'm just drawing because this is just far easier for me than looking at the camera and having to decide how to do things with my arms. And like, I don't understand how people talk sometimes and they're just, you know, vibing out and just being completely normal. Like, how does that work? I don't know, someone tell me. I don't even know where to begin about this job. Basically, I do a variety of things. Actually, I'll start with what I do now. So every week I find him 5 artists, and he said the goal is like, I mean, the best case scenario is like he likes one of them. If he likes them enough, then if he works with them, whatever they pay him, I'll get 10% of, which is like really awesome. The A&R stuff, actually met one of the artists I found and we're like friends now. Her name's Gabriella. I don't know if she's ever gonna watch this, but if she does, then hello, you're amazing. Yeah, so that's kind of like part of what I do. Another part of what I do is I will just help him with like production things. When we first started, he kind of asked me like what I'd want to do. He was like, do you want to like learn production?
Here. Okay, the drums are loaded up. Frozen strings, I like those. Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Was there any questions there?
I'll like find sounds for him, and I'll like look through a library of like drum samples. Drum samples are like one hit of a specific type of drum and things like that. And we did like this exercise where I picked out drum sounds and we went over them, and I also threw in like this pack from Jack Antonoff, and like almost every single one, like 99% of the ones I'd chosen, he said yes to without knowing that they were mine. Yeah, so do production stuff for him. Maybe I'll talk a little bit about how like I even got this job in the first place. But yeah, so basically I got this job because I met him at songwriting camp, and we just talked for like I think we hung out for like a few hours. It was just really nice, and I didn't really like expect anything of that. I just was like, wow, that was awesome. Da, 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 da. I got to the end of it, and then I was just kind of like telling one of the staff members like I really like need a job, and if I don't get one I'm not going to be able to even stay here. And she was like, why don't you reach out to John? I was like, no, I am not going to do that, because like I don't know, that just sounded terrifying to me. And she was like, I think you should really try. Thank you to that staff member for doing that, because it was so nice. And so I reached out, and then I remember he got back to me. We had a little bit of a back and forth, and then he was like, call me, and then I called him, and I think he was like on a drive or something. And then I called him on the drive, and we called for like 3 hours. And I don't know, it kind of wasn't like structured or anything. It was just kind of like, you know, asking questions, getting to know each other. It was just like really nice. Like we just got along well. I remember like even at the time being just so grateful to even have spent that time with him. So I was like, honestly, even just that was cool, and even if he doesn't want to hire me, like that's okay. And like I'll just really like cherish this like conversation that we had. And then he was like, come over to my house, and went to his house. It went really well. I met one of his past interns, and it was really cool because I remember I had just been talking to my friend about Audrey Hobart, who I absolutely adore. I think her songwriting is so good. And I was just texting my friend about how much I liked her, and then his previous intern, she was like, I'm like, what are you listening to? And she's just like getting to know me. And then she mentioned that she was listening to Audrey Hobart, and I was like, oh my god, I like love her. And she was like, yeah, like I introduced her to the producer she's working with. And I was like, I literally was like just wondering how she met him, because I'd just seen an interview of her where she was talking about how she just like loves his personality. She wanted to do the whole record with him. And I was like, how did she like meet him, I wonder? Because she didn't mention that. I looked it up online and I couldn't find anything, and then she said that, and I like told her, I was like, I literally was just like wondering this. Like that is so cool. Like you literally answered it, and not only did you answer it, you are that person. That is really sick. The first meeting we had, he was just so kind, and like I don't know, I felt really like calm around him. The assignment he gave me on my first meeting was like, tell me your top 10 favorite songs, and we'll talk about like why you like those songs, etc, etc. And now I've been working for him for it's been about a few months. Yeah, and it wasn't always like super, I guess, emotionally as easy. I was working 4 jobs at one point. I was losing my mind a little bit. He like checked in on me because he's like, how are you doing? Like, are you okay? And I was like, honestly, like, you know, I have like a lot of jobs right now. My body was in so much pain. I would come home and just like lay in bed and just be in so much pain, and like literally just not be able to like move my body. It was really, really bad. I actually was gonna move out of LA originally, because I really couldn't afford to live here. I think I have kind of this like imposter syndrome. Like I even remember thinking like, oh, my friends are probably lying to me when they say that they like my songs or whatever. Imposter syndrome, where I'm like, if I got it, it must have been pretty easy to get. I was like, why? Like, do you just accept anyone? I told that to him because he said like always, you know, like be real with me and tell me how you're feeling about things. And so I said like, you know, would you just kind of let anyone who asked you? He said no, like I would not do that. Like the reason I pick like someone specifically is like because I believe in them. And he was just like, I chose you because I think you're talented and I think you're smart, and I just believe in you. And I don't know, that was just crazy, because he will definitely tell you if he doesn't think that. He encourages me to like show him my music, and he gives me notes on it, and he like will give me like, at the beginning he gave me like exercises like, let's, you know, do a case study on an artist you like. And so I told him I love Dora Jar, so I made like this murder mystery of Dora Jar PowerPoint. It won't really make sense if I just say that, but it was, I don't know, he really liked it. I want to talk in kind of like future videos more about kind of like what this whole process has been like. John will like say like, you know, like, why do you like not just like talk about your life and stuff? And he's actually the reason why I'm even doing this YouTube channel, because he brought up YouTube as something that I should do. When I was like 13, if you had told me that this is what I was going to be doing, I wouldn't have believed you. Here's the image of Gakum. Or it like should be like da 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 da. Here it is. I think it looks kind of cute. I definitely think the floor wasn't like super necessary, but I just freehand drew that, and I think that that looks pretty dang good. I don't know, like hopefully you can see it and it's not like blurry. And then his name here. Here's the little journal. Here's this. I'm gonna start just like drawing, I think, things during these videos. I will also be giving verbal updates about the cats themselves, because they're hilarious. If I don't look at Gakum, he'll like scream at me. I hope that this is in any way interesting to you, and the series would be interesting. Even if one person watches this, that will like warm my heart. I hope that also maybe someone's excited to see these little drawing things that I'm doing, because I don't know about you, but I'm pretty excited to do them. Yeah. It's so cute. I'm so excited to also make this journal, because it's gonna have all of my YouTube video things in it, which I'm so excited about. Yeah, so yeah, that's my video. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this.